Hello, I'm Kyle. I'm the technical content developer at Maple Systems. Welcome to the Maple Systems video training series. In this video, I'm going to be configuring Modbus RTU communication between two Maple PLCs, a Maple Micro PLC, specifically a PLC FB1616P will be the Modbus RTU master device, and a Maple Modular PLC will be the Modbus RTU slave device, specifically a PLC ES0808P. Here is a wiring diagram for Modbus RTU communication between two Maple PLCs. A Maple Modular PLC ES0808P is the RTU slave device, and a Maple Micro PLC FB1616P is the RTU master device. Please note that the Maple Modular can also be an RTU master device, so both the Modular and the Micro PLCs can be an RTU slave or a master device. In this wiring diagram, I am using RS232 serial connection. You can also do RS485 connection, but in this case, I'm going to be doing RS232. When you are wiring for RS232, all Maple PLCs do not have a null modem swap built in. The term null modem means that a cable is specifically designed to allow direct communication between two serial devices by using RS232 communication ports, and for this to happen, the transmit, which is TX, and receive, which is RX, both of those pins of the serial connectors are flipped. So TX connects to RX and RX connects to TX. So you can see that TX goes to RX, RX goes to TX, and of course ground goes to ground. So you will need to have two MapleLogic projects, one for the Modbus RTU master device, and then one for the Modbus RTU slave device. And then you're going to right click on program and do new program, and then you're going to select Modbus RTU master and then name that program and ID number. Now I already have it created here, and it's going to be this special function. Now I went over this process in a previous video in the Modbus TCP master video, so I recommend watching that if you have not seen this configuration for the special function. I'm going to be configuring a digital input, and in the previous video I configured an analog input. For Modbus RTU communication via RS232, you want to make sure that you select channel 1 here, as this is RS232. Channel 2 would be RS485, so you'll make sure you have channel 1 selected. It's going to be slot 0 because your PLC, your master device, is slot 0. Then you go to add, and for station number, we're going to have 1, and that will need to be matched on the slave side as well, but I'll go over that when we get to that point. And your function is going to be read input status, starting address 1. The device will be storing in, the register will be storing, will be M00, which is an internal register. So when that digital input turns on the slave device, you will see the value change from 0 to 1 on the master side as well. So I've already added it here, so you can see my data block is here, and this is all you'll need to do here. But once you add this, make sure you click save, so that saves it to your PLC. Now also we want to configure our Modbus RTU master communication, so you have a parameter, drop down PLC parameter, and go over to the tab channel 1, as this is the RS232. Station number is 1, and then these are the communication parameters we'll be configuring, and then hit OK. And then also on the Modbus tab, you want to make sure that your starting address, your slave ID, is at 1, and that's all you need to configure here. Hit OK. Now let's open up another project for the Modbus RTU slave device, which will be the Maple Modular PLC. So I have the modular selected here, and then you'll do a right click program, and you'll need to create a new program, just a regular scan. You'll need to create a scan in order to download to the PLC. That's all you need to do here. No logic required. Then go to PLC parameter, double click, go over to channel 1, make sure you have the same settings. The exact settings you have on the RTU master will be the same settings on the RTU slave. So station 1, same communication parameters. Go over to Modbus, make sure your slave ID is 1. Now over here is my device monitor. Because I'm doing digital input, I'm going to be using X0. So I'll be sending 24 volts into the Maple Modular PLC, and when I do, it'll be a value of 1, and then on the master side, you will also see that value of 1 on the device monitor using the internal register M00. Okay, now I am online, and here you're looking at the Modbus RTU slave device, and then over here in this project is the RTU master. So the master is the micro and the slave is the modular. Now I am sending 24 volts to X00 on my slave device, and when that is on, you can see the 1 value here, and also on the master side you can see that M00, the internal register, is showing a value of 1. And I also have 2 camera feeds, one of the Maple Micro and one of the modular, and you can see that X00 is on the slave device, the Maple Modular, and you can also see that the TXD and RXD are blinking as well. That's how you know that your RTU communication is working between the 2 PLCs. You can see that the digital input is showing a value on the slave side as well as the master side, and this is how you would set up Modbus RTU communication between 2 Maple PLCs. This is all I'll be covering today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.